You know, that moment when you're lying in bed at night, replaying a conversation from earlier in the day, and a realization suddenly hits you. Was she actually trying to tell me she was interested? It's frustrating, isn't it? Missing signals that seem so obvious in hindsight. Today, I want to ensure you never overlook these signs again. Here's the truth. Women often communicate interests differently than men. Society hasn't made it easy for them to be direct. Unlike men who might feel free to express attraction openly, women are often conditioned to be subtle, relying on hints and unspoken cues. These aren't just stereotypes, they are deeply ingrained social dynamics that play out in everyday interactions. Understanding these cues requires a certain level of awareness, a willingness to observe and interpret what's beneath the surface. After years of studying human behavior, female psychology, and the complex dynamics of dating, I've come to recognize patterns, clear signs that reveal when a woman is interested in taking things to a more intimate level. This isn't guesswork. These observations are grounded in experience, backed by real-world encounters, and tested in countless scenarios. If you've ever been confused about someone's intentions, let me assure you that recognizing these signals can change everything. Pay attention, because understanding these cues might just reshape how you navigate relationships. Sign number 1, frequent touches, physical proximity as a clue. One of the most primal and unmistakable signals of interest a woman might display is touch. When a woman is sexually or romantically drawn to someone, her body often acts before her words, naturally seeking to close the distance between them. This inclination is deeply rooted in human biology, encoded in our DNA as a subtle yet powerful form of communication. Here's how to recognize and interpret this behavior. A woman interested in you may start with what seem like harmless, safe touches. She might brush her hand against your arm, lightly rest it on your shoulder, or adjust something on you, like straightening your collar. At first glance, these gestures might appear casual or even incidental. However, they are often calculated actions to test your comfort level and gauge your reaction. Think of them as a gentle way of testing the waters. She's looking for a sign that you're receptive to her closeness. If you respond positively to these initial touches, she may increase the intimacy of her gestures. For instance, her hand might rest on your thigh during a conversation, or her fingers could linger slightly longer than necessary when passing an object. In tight spaces, she may accidentally brush against you, or she might find subtle ways to initiate contact without it seeming overt. These actions are rarely accidental. They are deliberate steps toward building a connection. Knowing how to respond to these cues is crucial. Don't flinch or act startled when she initiates touch. Instead, remain composed and confident, which signals that you're both receptive and comfortable. Maintaining eye contact during these moments can further strengthen the connection and show that you're attuned to her actions. Sign number 2, conversations about intimacy, building emotional connection. A key sign of her interest in you is when she begins steering conversations toward intimate topics. This shift isn't just about physical attraction or discussions of sex. It's often deeper, involving personal or private matters that she wouldn't share with just anyone. It typically starts subtly, perhaps with questions about your past relationships or your general views on dating. While these might seem casual at first, Pay attention to how the conversation evolves. If she progresses to asking about your specific preferences or even sharing her own personal experiences and fantasies, it's a significant indicator. What's really happening here is more than mere conversation. She's creating a private emotional bubble between the two of you, sharing vulnerable thoughts to establish a deeper connection. This emotional closeness often lays the groundwork for physical intimacy. For example, she might casually mention her preferences for massages or inquire about what relaxes you most. Let's be honest, she's not planning to become your massage therapist. Instead, she's testing the waters, gauging your reactions, and subtly building a sense of closeness. Pay particular attention to her body language and responses. If she leans in closer, maintains strong eye contact, or asks follow-up questions when you share something personal, she's not just being friendly. She's actively working to build sexual tension and a connection unique to the two of you. So, how should you handle this? The key is to engage without overstepping. Participate in the conversation thoughtfully, showing that you can discuss intimate topics with maturity and tact. For example, if she shares something personal, respond by offering a tasteful glimpse into your own experiences without being overly explicit. Always be mindful of her comfort level. If she's opening up to you, match her level of openness, but avoid exceeding it. Striking this balance not only shows that you respect her boundaries, but also demonstrates emotional intelligence, which can strengthen the bond you're building. Ultimately, when she moves conversations into this realm of intimacy, it's a clear sign she's interested in you on a deeper level. Recognize this shift, respond thoughtfully, and let the connection develop naturally. Sign number 3. Subtle gestures, the unspoken language of attraction. Body language often speaks louder than words, especially when it comes to attraction. When a woman is interested in someone, her body tends to give away her feelings through subtle yet telling gestures. These signs, rooted in primitive instincts and often unconscious, can reveal her true intentions. Understanding these cues can help you navigate the complexities of human connection with confidence and respect. One of the most noticeable signs of attraction lies in how she interacts with her own hair. This isn't just casual fixing, but deliberate, slow movements that draw attention. Perhaps she'll twirl a strand around her finger or run her fingers through it in a way that seems almost hypnotic. Another key gesture is exposing her neck. This subconscious action signals safe and open around you. Mirroring is another powerful indicator of attraction. If she mimics your movements, leaning in when you do, or sipping her drink shortly after you take a sip, it's a subconscious effort to establish a connection. It's her way of saying, "We're on the same wavelength." The most compelling clue, however, lies in her eye contact. Pay close attention to the way she looks at you. A lingering gaze, followed by a glance at your lips, and then back to your eyes, forms a triangular pattern. This sequence, often referred to as the triangular gaze, is a strong indicator of romantic or physical interest. Consider a real-world example. You're telling a story, and she's not just politely nodding, but fully engrossed. Her body is angled toward you, her hands are toying with her necklace, and her feet are pointed in your direction. These small but consistent actions demonstrate that her attention isn't just casual, it's focused and intentional. Imagine this scenario. She texts you at 9 p.m. asking if you can come over to help set up her new television. On the surface, it seems like a simple favor, but the timing and context tell a different story. After all, major retailers offer installation services, so why call you? The reason lies in the psychology of attraction. Society often discourages women from appearing too forward, so these innocent-sounding requests allow her to express interest without risking judgment. Pay close attention to the details surrounding such invitations. Evening invites, especially late at night, carry a much stronger undertone of intimacy than casual afternoon plans. If she happens to mention that her roommate is out of town, or that you'll have the place to yourselves, it's likely not a random comment. It's a subtle signal of her intentions. When responding to these cues, it's essential to respect boundaries and understand the context. While the signals might seem obvious, maintaining a calm and respectful demeanor is crucial. If the invitation feels genuine and aligns with the situation, proceed with consideration and tact. Above all, be attuned to her comfort level and let things progress naturally. Understanding the subtleties of attraction requires patience and observation. Women's gestures, from the way they play with their hair to the invitations they extend, often reveal more than they consciously intend. By recognizing and respecting these signs, you can foster a connection that feels both genuine and mutually enjoyable. Sign number 4, invitations to private spaces, creating opportunities. One unmistakable sign that a woman is interested in you is when she invites you to her place. But there's another, more subtle signal that many men completely miss: how she starts dressing differently around you. This isn't just about wearing sexy outfits. It's about noticeable changes in her usual style when she knows she'll be seeing you. Pay attention to the details. For instance, if she's someone who usually opts for casual attire, jeans and a t-shirt, but suddenly shows up in a dress or puts on more makeup than usual, it's not a random coincidence. Women rarely go out of their way to dress up for men they're not interested in. That extra effort in her appearance is a clear, deliberate signal. She's trying to catch your eye, plain and simple. This shift in her behavior is rooted in psychology. At a primal level, humans are wired to enhance their physical appeal when they're attracted to someone. For women, this often translates into emphasizing their best features to capture a potential mate's attention. It's an age-old instinct, but in today's world, it has a modern twist. She's not just hoping you'll notice her outfit, she wants to shift how you perceive her. By dressing up, she's encouraging you to think about her in a more sexual or romantic way. Here's an important detail to consider. It's not just about how she's dressing, but also about the intent behind it. If she's consistently choosing outfits she looks amazing in when she knows she'll see you, or if she's suddenly asking for your opinion on what colors or styles you like on women, take note. She's not curating her wardrobe for a fashion blog. She's deliberately trying to appeal to your visual triggers. It's a move designed to attract and intrigue you. Ultimately, these changes aren't random. They're signs of her interest and an invitation for you to pay closer attention. Recognizing these cues can be the key to understanding her feelings and responding appropriately. Sign number 5, dressing to impress, signals and style changes. One of the most subtle yet undeniably powerful signs of attraction is when she makes an effort to dress up to impress you. Beyond clothing, this extends to the way she draws attention to her lips, a feature often overlooked for its primal significance. This isn't about the dramatic lip-biting scenes you see in movies. It's far more nuanced and often subconscious. Pay close attention to these behaviors. The slow, deliberate application of lip gloss while maintaining eye contact. The gentle touch of her fingers brushing against her lips as she listens to you. Or even how she takes extra care when sipping from a drink straw. These aren't random or habitual actions. Instead, they are subconscious signals of sexual interest, designed to draw your focus toward her lips, a known erogenous zone. What's happening here goes beyond mere physical actions. When she emphasizes her lips, she's tapping into a primal way of suggesting intimacy. It's her way of creating a connection that's both subtle and powerful, almost as if she's speaking a language without words. The lips naturally carry a sensual energy, and by touching, highlighting, or accentuating them, she's directing your attention to one of her most expressive and attractive features. Now here's where it gets even more telling. If these actions, like the lip touches, the prolonged eye contact, or the playful use of a straw, happen consistently and increase in frequency when she's speaking directly to you, it's more than just a coincidence. This isn't her default behavior. It's something she reserves for moments when she's drawn to someone. For example, if you're in a group setting, observe whether she does these things more when interacting with you than with others. That's a strong confirmation that her interest is focused squarely on you. The key to understanding these signs lies in the details. Does she look you in the eyes while slowly applying her lip gloss? Does she absent-mindedly run her fingers across her lips when you're speaking? Or does she take her time sipping her drink, letting the moment linger? These behaviors, paired with intense eye contact, can create a magnetic energy between you. She's signaling a connection, testing your awareness, and inviting you into her world of unspoken attraction. Recognizing these signs doesn't just require attention, it requires context. It's not enough to notice these behaviors in isolation. The real indicator is the contrast, how her actions shift when she's engaging with you versus others. When these patterns become apparent, you'll realize she's not just making herself look good, she's actively trying to captivate your attention and signal her interest. So, the next time you notice her lips becoming the focal point of her actions, take note. It's her way of inviting you into a deeper, more intimate connection. If she pairs these gestures with unwavering eye contact, the message becomes unmistakable. She's drawn to you, and she's letting you know in the most subtle yet profound way. Sign number 6, drawing attention to her lips, a subconscious signal. When a woman subtly draws attention to her lips, it's often more than a random gesture. It's a sign that she might be signaling interest, but understanding such cues isn't about manipulation or taking advantage of someone's emotions. It's about recognizing genuine moments of connection and knowing how to respond appropriately. The key is to interpret these signals with care, ensuring your actions reflect respect, confidence, and an understanding of boundaries. One of the most important things to remember is that these signs don't exist in isolation. They usually appear in clusters, so it's crucial to observe the broader context. For instance, a shift in her usual behavior might indicate interest, but it could also result from other factors entirely unrelated to you. Always pay close attention to her demeanor and patterns, but avoid overanalyzing single actions. The goal is to identify consistent signs, not to misinterpret occasional gestures. Equally important is respecting boundaries and consent at all times. Even if you notice several signs that suggest she's interested, it's never an invitation to rush things or apply pressure. Instead, let the connection evolve naturally. Responding with confidence doesn't mean forcing the moment. It means being prepared to take the lead when the time feels right, while maintaining mutual respect. The mistake many people make isn't failing to notice these signals, it's reacting poorly to them. Ignoring clear signs of interest can make you appear disinterested or oblivious, potentially discouraging her from further opening up. On the other hand, overreacting or making presumptions can come across as pushy or disrespectful, which is equally detrimental. The balance lies in being calm, composed, and respectful. Acknowledging her interest subtly and thoughtfully can build a stronger connection and deepen mutual trust. If you consistently notice 3 or more signs that align with her behavior, chances are she's interested in taking the relationship to a more intimate level. These signs might include not only her gestures, such as drawing attention to her lips, but also prolonged eye contact, increased engagement in conversation, or subtle touches during interactions. The key is to trust your instincts while remaining grounded and thoughtful. Ultimately, the opportunity is in your hands. Recognize the moment, but handle it with care and intentionality. Confidence and respect go hand in hand together. They create the foundation for meaningful, authentic connections. Remember, being attuned to someone's feelings isn't about control. It's about fostering trust and building a genuine bond. Respect her individuality. Respond appropriately. If the ball is in your court, don't drop it. Carry it forward with grace. Sign number 7, planning future intimate scenarios. Emotional investment. One of the most powerful, yet often overlooked signs that a woman is interested in you on a deeper level is when she begins to drop subtle hints about future scenarios involving the two of you. No, I'm not talking about her planning your wedding after one date. That would be a bit much. What I'm referring to is the way she begins to weave ideas about the future into your conversations, especially in terms of intimacy. At first glance, these might seem like harmless or offhand comments, but there's a deeper layer to them. She might casually mention, "I make amazing pancakes for breakfast," or "My apartment has the perfect spot for watching sunset movies." These might sound like simple details about her life, but they're not random facts she's sharing. Instead, she's painting a picture of moments where intimacy could naturally unfold. The psychology behind this is fascinating. Women in general don't invest emotional energy into men they perceive as just friends. When a woman mentally includes you in her future, even in small, seemingly casual ways, she's already starting to imagine a deeper connection with you. Take, for example, a statement like, "You're going to love this hidden wine bar I know." Notice the certainty in her words, not, "Would you like to see it sometime?" But "You're gonna love it." That's emotional investment at its core. There's a key difference between future talk that's friendly and future talk that hints at sexual interest. When she talks about the future, notice how she frames the activities. If she's suggesting private, intimate settings rather than group activities, that's a red flag that her interest is more than just platonic. Her scenarios will often involve her personal space, her home, a quiet corner at a cafe, or a secluded place she enjoys. She'll also focus on evening or intimate settings where the atmosphere is more conducive to one-on-one connection. And the details she offers will often be specific to the two of you, not just general plans that could include anyone. So, how should you respond? Don't go overboard and start planning your entire future together right away. Instead, match her level of emotional investment. If she brings up a future event or intimate scenario, respond positively, but keep the conversation in the same time frame she's suggesting. This keeps things comfortable and allows the connection to build naturally. The bottom line here is simple. When a woman starts investing emotional energy into creating future scenarios with you, especially those involving private, intimate moments, she's not just being friendly. She's subtly orchestrating opportunities for intimacy while still maintaining her social dignity. It's a nuanced form of female sexuality and one that speaks volumes about how she feels about you. If you found this helpful, be sure to subscribe and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your experiences with these signals and learn from each other. We're all in this together, and sharing our insights will help us grow. If you're interested in more content about understanding women and navigating dating dynamics, give it a thumbs up. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. It's packed with helpful advice. Until then, keep your eyes open, stay confident, and remember that the signals are there if you know how to spot them. Stay alert and keep learning.